Hey everybody, welcome back to GallupBuilt. Thank you all for stopping by and checking out this video. In this video, I'm going to be working on the cooling lines for one of these Caravans that we have, not this one, but one of them. And then I get to the AC and the console in the Gold 66. So I work on that for a bit. And then I get to the dash in this one. So thank you all for checking out this video and I hope you guys enjoy it. I've made it to the shop this morning and looks like there was a party in here. I forgot that we had pulled the van in here last Friday. I was working on the lift. It kept coming down right here. So where the lift was at, we couldn't have anything right there. So we had to very hastily move the toolboxes back and push everything out of the way. And I got done at that at 5:30 or something. I got to clean this up real quick. And this van is what I'm going to be working on today. This one's the one that's got the heater core lines that are leaking. And there are the heater core lines. We couldn't find any from O'Reilly's, AutoZone, or CarQuest. So we had to look online, and we could either buy them from Mopar or buy them from Amazon or eBay. I don't know where it came from. But I'm going to change that out, buff these headlights, and get this ready to go back. After I clean up my mess, of course. And then I still got to get on this one. Hey, I got so many things to do. I got to put this back together so I can put it back in there so we can finish the dash. Yeah, we've got a lot to do. I need to be here 24 hours a day. I need a cot up in that corner. Cool. I'm glad these are new because we got these from eBay, and there were a couple that were not new, but I tried to find the new one, and this one actually came with these hoses too. These hoses are good on the van, so we're gonna save these. This is the one that rubbed through. It's rubbing against the power steering line, one of these right here. So it goes in the van like this, and right here on this part of the line is where it's rubbing on the power steering line. So I'm gonna change this out. This is kind of roughly where this has got to go. Okay, this might take a little bit longer than I thought. This is where it's rubbing through right here and right there. So these two are AC. These two are the water line. You can definitely see it's been leaking. I wonder if it's rubbing through right there to the metal. Looks like I was getting close. Well, that never happened before. This is not other plans, and I can't get the tip of that out of there, so I'll deal with that later. This sort of line comes up right here. And I've got to take off these two connections right there. And looks like this piece right here is supposed to be connected into that little hole right there. So I'll put that back in there and I'll run these lines to where they're not contacting anything. And then I got to check this power steering line too. But it doesn't look too bad, I guess, once I get everything out of the way. This is where I had to get the part number for it. I could not find this thing anywhere online. So I was looking through here and I actually found this part number on here. Alright, I've got these disconnected and I've got this started on the way down. So I've wiggled it past what I need to on here, and I've got it so that it'll drop down on the bottom when I get this back up. So this is going back up. You can see right here where it was rubbing on something. You can see right here where it was starting to rub on something. But the problem that we really had is right here. This is where it started leaking. Oh yeah, it finally rubbed a hole through right there. Oh yep. Whoa. Yeah. We were losing all the water through there. All right, it's running pretty good. No leaks. I'm done with that van. It took a little bit to get it fitted in there. I got those pipes in there pretty quick, but the way it was seated in there was the same way that it was when I took it out, which I don't want to say it was the wrong way, but that wasn't the way it was put in from the beginning. It was on one side of a cooler line that it should have been on the other side of it. It sounds minimal, but when it was pushed onto one side of the cooler line, it was actually putting tension on the whole setup, and that's what was causing it to rub on the firewall in two places, the power steering line and another, the AC line. I don't know how many times I went up and down on the lift to pull from the top and then push it from the bottom and then pull it from the top, push it from the bottom, and I finally got it to sit the way it was supposed to sit. Everything for the clips and the bolts lined up, so it seated the way it was supposed to, and when I put everything back together, it actually went back together a lot easier than how it was when I took it apart. So now I can confidently say that it's sitting in there the way it's supposed to, and it's not leaking. So we also checked the transmission fluid on it, because on these Dodge Caravans and these Chrysler Town and Countries, there's no dipstick on them. So we had to order this dipstick right here from Mopar. It's got measurements on it to tell us how much fluid is actually in there. Now, every time I get one of those Caravans in here or one of the Town and Countries, I have to just check the fluid, because we've had like 5 so far that were low, and we started noticing when a couple of them came in for I don't remember what the code was, but it was a gear ratio code and a reverse code. So those that's how we started noticing that there was a problem with the fluid. I don't even know how many Caravans this guy owns. I don't know. I gotta check them all though. Not today, but whenever they come in, I just gotta make it a point to make sure I check the fluid in those. Now I gotta clean this up, and I think I gotta get on this one. I'm probably gonna go get something to eat real quick. So the AC goes right there between the dash and that transmission tunnel. So I gotta put that back together. I gotta clean some stuff up and start reassembling. I'm starting with this. I'm gonna clean and degrease all of this so I can fix this black part right here. All right, I've got the adhesion promoter on these, and I've got them dyed black again. I like to use this Duplicolor dye. It's kind of cool. It's kind of like paint, but not really. It works a lot better with things like this composite stuff that's going back under the dash. But I use that Bulldog adhesion promoter, this stuff, and as this is drying, I'm going to clean the rest of these plastics that go in here. I've got this all cleaned up and ready to go. This one is mostly ready, but I have to tape off all the chrome, including these letters here, those letters there, and that Ford crest. And I'm going to tape off the outside chrome and then dye this part black because it's lifting right there. It's looking pretty good. I can't really do a whole lot about the chrome, the spots where it's pitting like that, but I got the black looking pretty good. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Here's what the top looks like, the front. The rest of this looks pretty good too. Yeah, I like it. But I'm gonna have to put this back together tomorrow. It is 5 o'clock, and I'm gonna take off home. Okay, made it back to the shop. So I've got all of these, and I've got this. This came out pretty nice. Now I'm gonna run each of these screws into each of these holes. Cool. Got all these on here. Now let me tuck all this wiring. Alright, now I have to put this AC unit back right here. Now that I got everything out of the way, alright, those are ran to the defrost. Now time to hook this up. Okay, so I've got that in. And now I am working on this little strip that goes on the dash right here. It looks like that, and it goes all the way below the windshield. I have this one here that's going to go in, but where these holes are, it's actually hard to find the sheet metal hole through here. And I had to go from the back. So underneath the dash, I found and poked through this hole through the vinyl. I also did it right there. And I had to do it also right there. Looks like that one was being worked on a little bit. But I've got the holes now, so I'm gonna put this piece in. Nice. Yeah, this is looking really good. So now the console is in and the AC is in. So I was able to adjust and secure a lot of things on the dash. It was supposed to be a quick little install, but this is never a quick little install. I had to finish putting that back together. So I put that back together, and then after that went in, we put this one in. And this one, we had to find the little holes underneath there for each of those. And after that, I put in the little trim under the windshield. I'm gonna go home and munch out real quick. And then when I get back, I'm gonna work on this one. This dash looks pretty bad. All right, I made it to the shop, and I gotta work on this one today. So I gotta get all this wiring undone and cut this dash out. And then I gotta see what's going on with the computer on this one. And I should probably do this one right now. I gotta clean this glass so we can put it in this car before the end of the day. Back glasses might go into. Let's see if these, oh yeah, the speakers are done. Back glass is ready to go in. The clips are in there. We learned our lesson. The last couple of ones we put in, we forgot to put these clips in, and we put the glass in, and then we had a hard time putting the clips in after that with fresh paint. So they went in before, so we learned this time. And this one's 1967, so little things here and there are different. How far the window sits in here is going to be a little different right there. The trunk, we were trying to figure that out because we couldn't see that hole right there when the trunk was sitting down like this right here. And there was no hole in the trunk, so that one took a little bit. We actually just had to look at it. We just kept walking by it. But a few things. Oh yeah, the dash is definitely different. So the dash looks different than the ones that I've been working on. So this is the first 67 I'm working on. I've worked on the 65s and the 66s. So this one is going to be fun. This one right here, though, this motor right here. Oh man, I'm so late on that. I got to put that together. That's that motor right there. That one is the one that's going into here. So now I'm able to fold it down. All right. Now that that's all going, I'm gonna get the cutoff wheel out of the truck and cut this off. On the 65 and 66, there's 4 bolts that hold the blower motor into the firewall. On this one, there's 2 separate plates. One here, the other one is the bottom part. And those screws come off, and then this is what's holding it in. I got the covers off and the rubber grommet. Now I can pull this out. All right, this one's gonna go on a 67 out back. Can't be shooting sparks that way. It was throwing sparks at that Mustang, so I had to cover it. Now, let me get back to this. Nice. Look at that. Nice clean cut all the way across the dash. Now I have access to clean up all that rust, and we're going to rebuild that whole heater box system right there. We're also going to drill some little holes all the way along the slip right here. So this slip right here, this is upside down. This slip right here is actually what I was cutting on. So right at the crease, you can see where the highlight is. So right here at the bottom of this crease is where I cut it. So this piece is still on the car and this little lip still on the car. We're going to drill holes in these and this panel right here all the way down, and we're just going to tack this all the way to the dash. Just checking this for fitment, and it looks like it's going to be okay. Nice. Yeah, looks like a 67 dash. I've got a little bit of a fitment problem right here, but it is because of this piece and this piece. So I'll just notch out the piece that's already on there and we'll fix that problem. But for the most part, it looks like it fits pretty good. All right. I am done for the day. All right, everybody. That is going to be it for this video. Thank you all once again for stopping by and checking it out. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I hope you all have an awesome rest of your day, and y'all be safe, whatever you're working on. Later.